Welcome to Burning Bright, a weekly podcast presenting poetry and prose from Passager. 3 pieces about music. Well, they're not really about music. They use music to talk about other things. First, a piece from Steve Matanle's book, Night Book, that describes fog. 26. Tonight I am grateful for the fog, in which things almost vanish. Grateful for the chance to say the word fog, as if playing a breathy whispered ballad on a tenor sax. Number 26 by Steve Matanle from his book, Night Book. This next poem is about someone who uses music to put food on the table. Larnell Custis Butler said, "I am hearing impaired, but I'm good at looking at people. To make my drawings," she said, "I sit still and get very quiet. Then a name will come into my mind, and then a face, and then that person's story will begin to come through me, and I write it down. I see a nose here, eyes there. I remember my mother's friends, and I put it all together." Here from Larnell Custis Butler's book, Improvise in the Amen Corner, Bessie Ferguson sings jazz songs for her supper. Bessie Ferguson sings jazz songs in a club that has no license for musical events. The club is a sheltering place for poor folks who do hard work as dishwashers, hotel workers, and jobs of labor that rob the soul of joy and peace. Bessie Ferguson sings jazz songs to lift the imagination of those who cannot believe in love again, and where the splendor of memories is absent in the heaven-sent place that holds dear the mind. Bessie Ferguson is poor, and she sings affectionately to her listeners. Each night, Bessie Ferguson's family members keep a watch on the front door to wait for food that Bessie will bring the family members to liberate their souls from the secret place of their poverty. Larnell Custis Butler's poem, Bessie Ferguson Sings Jazz Songs for Her Supper, from her book, Improvise in the Amen Corner. Larnell said, "My mother was a fine seamstress and sewed all her clothes by hand. Her stitches were perfectly straight and all the same length. I try to imitate her stitches in my drawings." Christine, could you put Larnell's drawings of Bessie Ferguson on the page for this episode? Excuse me. If you go to Passager's website and click on Burning Bright, you can see Larnell's drawing of Bessie Ferguson. In the final poem on this episode, the speaker finds music a way to connect with her grandson. Maryhelen Snyder was Passager's 2016 Poetry Contest winner. Here's her poem, Waltzing with Stephen at Jessica's Wedding. And even if he is your grandson, and 28, and you 82, and he 6'2" and you 5'1" and shrinking, your head now at the height of his steady heart. And even if he insists, and not only because you are crippled and each hand holds a cane, that you lean back to where you can hear that firm thump-thump and feel his cool sweat as he waltzes you like a pendulum, swinging from star to star. And even if you sense you're trembling as though you were 13 or 2 and newborn each time to this male and female world, and you resist leaning even as you lean, please, for God's sake, love this moment. Waltzing with Stephen at Jessica's Wedding, Maryhelen Snyder. When asked about writing poetry, she said that Lucille Clifton said that we must wait for the poem to tell us what it wants to say, and when it does, it often cannot be said better any other way. Maryhelen's poem Waltzing with Stephen at Jessica's Wedding also appears in her book, Never the Loss of Wings. And if you go to the book page on Passager's website, click on the Author Videos link, and scroll down the right side of the page, you'll find a great interview with Maryhelen. To buy Larnell Custis Butler's Improvise in the Amen Corner, or Stephen Matanle's Night Book, or Maryhelen Snyder's Never the Loss of Wings, or to subscribe to or learn more about Passager and its commitment to writers over 50, go to PassagerBooks.com. You can download Burning Bright from Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, Audible, and a host of other podcast apps. For Kendra, Mary, Christine, Roseanne, and the rest of the Passenger staff, I'm John Shore.